It is with deep sorrow we announce the death of our beloved one, Glen Garner Henry, better known as Gumbo, formerly of Dennery, who resided at Corinth, Grand Riviere, Grosley, and passed away suddenly at his residence on Sunday, January 18, 2015 at 2:22 p.m. He was 41 years old. He was a former employee of Cable and Wireless Limited. Left to mourn his mother, Elizabeth Henry of Hill 20, Babono. His father, Stanley Harris of Tortola. Daughter, Kavona Henry of New Jersey. Son, Jamie Maffrey of Beausejour, a student of the Arthur Lewis Community College. Brothers, Garnet Henry of Hill 20, Babono, employed with West Indies Shipping. Khan Harris of Tortola. Richie and Albert Harris, also of Tortola. Jermaine Antoine of Ciceron. Sisters, Kishma and Nicola Harris of Tortola. Yanis Hazel, employed with Norwegian Cruise Line. Uncles, Vincent Henry of Grand Riviere, Grosley. Mark Henry of Turks and Caicos, a former superintendent of police. George Harris and Murthy Harris, both of Tortola. Aunts, Jane Stephen of Chase Gardens, employed with Access. Emma Henry of Martinique. Hester Harris of Pave. Agnes Harris of Agad, Montedor. Cynthia and Anselma Harris of Maricel. Monica Harris of Beausejour. Betsy Harris of Pi. Cecilia Maffra, better known as Rilda of Dennery. Luciana George, better known as Janet, and Maggie Joseph, both of Dennery. Rosanna Napoleon of York Hill, Laclery. Phoebe Henry, residing in Brooklyn, New York. Cousins, Paulina Segis and family of Piat. Peter and William Segis, both contractors of Dennery. Veronica Shaw, residing in London. Johnathan Segis of Castries, employed with the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Joanna Segis of Dennery. Delbert Lindsay, Timothy and Wayne Joseph, all of Dennery. Cheyenne Joseph, residing in Canada. Rubina Joseph of Dennery, employed with the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Noreen Wilson of Monrepo. Giselle King of York Hill. David Napoleon of York Hill, employed with the Ministry of Finance. Christelle Henry of Martinique. Rebecca Henry of Miami. Luther Henry of Degazo, Grand Riviere. Rufinas and Fanny Henry of Brooklyn. Rosanna Marie. Jacqueline, Ivenia, and Vern Henry of Turks and Caicos. Eldine Henry of Cedars, Castries, employed with the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Dylan Henry of Cedars, employed with Super J Limited. Kervin and Linton Stephen of Chase Gardens. Juliana Stephen, better known as Selena, residing in Brooklyn, New York. Nieces and nephews, Asani Clark of Opicor, student of the Choiseul Secondary School. Jilan and Nigia Maffre, all of Opicor. Many other nieces and nephews, too numerous to mention. Granduncles, Louis Segis of London, England. Roger Segis of Church Street, Dennery. Grandaunts, Virgin and Virginia Segis of London, England. Also the Harris families of Tortola, Pi, Beausejour, Maricel, Mondador and Pave. The Joseph families of Dennery and Canada. The Henry family of Turks and Caicos. The Segis families of Dennery, Castries and London. Special friends, Rashid Jabatis of Beausejour. Michael Hart of Corinth. Janik Mayers. Desmond Ogis. Daniel Lesmond of Bonte, Grosley. Venantia Stephen of Chase Gardens, employed with the Ministry of Health. Mr. and Mrs. Emilia of Riverstone, Corinth. Also, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, members of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Castries East Constituency Group. The funeral service of the late Glen Garner Henry, also known as Gumbo, will be held at the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church in Lance Road, Castries, on Monday, February 2nd, 2015 at 2:30 p.m. And then the body will be laid to rest at the Shock Cemetery. The body now lies at Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvi Road, Castries.